Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Forever Wrestling. I am Levi, alongside with.
What do you do? What do you do? It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. L and me. We're in the house. What is up, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on? How are we feeling today? How are we doing? All of us slackers over here, just sitting on our ass, not doing nothing.
Oh, well, let's get it going. Episode 42, 42, and now we're actually, it's 42, because last week we were all over the
Yes, this
place,
one is
and we
this
were
one is
confused
42.
since we missed a week, but now we are up and going, and we are on episode 42, and the road to WrestleMania is here, and it doesn't feel like the road to WrestleMania, but we are going to cover it. Let's see what we can do.
I do not know what WWE is doing, but we're not feeling it, guys. We're not feeling the hype. We're not hyped for WrestleMania this year so far.
It's not
The
working.
only thing I'm hyped for is just the fact I get to see John Cena in his last WrestleMania, and the triple threat between Roman, CM Punk, and Seth.
So that's really the best things we got going. So the real question is, who do we think actually made events night one?
Night one. John Cena's definitely got a main event night too. You got to
John
end it off
Cena's
with
night
him.
two. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. That's the only story we could really get. It's
You mean
John
if it's
Cena.
not Jay and Gunther, then it's got to be Roman, Seth, and unless it's a woman, then it could be the triple threat of the women's: Rhea, Bianca, and Io.
Yeah, but Triple H said that whoever has the best story will main event. That it's not about like, oh, it has to be a woman, oh, it has to be men's, oh, it has to be Jay. It's really whoever's got
Oh
the
well, then
best story going.
if we're
So
going off
who
best stories,
deserves that main
if we're going
event
off
night
best
one?
story, it's going to be the triple threat men's.
You think so? So that's how you
Yeah,
think
dude.
CM Punk's gonna get his main event at WrestleMania? No
Potentially,
championship
I don't
match,
know.
just a triple threat with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. So you're gonna keep
Hey,
the streak of Roman Reigns main eventing?
they brought up the 10-time main event. Okay, I'm just saying that would another what's the word, accolade in his WWE Hall of Fame career. Plus, no one said that CM Punk had to main event with a championship match. It's
But
just the fact he wants to main
why?
event WrestleMania.
But why can't we get Jey Uso versus Gunther main eventing so we can get an amazing send off on night one where everybody's happy?
I guess that's true, but
Hey,
so
the
far the
story is
storyline
there.
ain't there.
No, but
The
it's getting there,
storyline ain't
dude.
there.
After your boy botched last week, and now they turned it into a storyline. Now we're starting to get some sort of. The only problem I have with this that it's kind of being like the Sami Zayn Gunther from last year, where Sami Zayn was the big underdog, and like remember Chad Gable training him up, blah blah blah. So now it's kind of getting like it's gonna be almost the same type of storyline here, where Jay's doubting himself. Even Jimmy called him out on it, and now he slipped up during Raw as well.
I was gonna say the first botch was definitely not on purpose. The second botch, maybe they could get away with saying it was on purpose, just to make us feel
What the
bad for
slip?
him. Yeah, the
That
slip.
was on
I don't think it
purpose.
was
That's
on
part of the
purpose, but they
storyline.
could.
No, it was on purpose. You could
Oh,
tell if
that
you
one was
really
on purpose.
the where he went to
If
go
you really,
spear Gunther. If you look at the video, you can
yeah.
see where his foot. He did it on purpose.
Okay, I
Because I
guess
feel like
that's a
now
good
they're
way to.
twisting this into a storyline, especially after Jimmy was telling him, like, dog,
But
you
what?
hit this for 15 years and now you're doing this.
There's only 3 Raws left, right? 4,
Two, no?
2, only 2 Raws.
Before WrestleMania.
Oh, okay. Well, then those 2 Raws, they really need to make us feel bad for Jay. They really need to make us think that he's not gonna do it.
Yeah, there's
You know what I
three.
mean?
There's three, my bad. There's three Raws
There is
before
3.
WrestleMania. Well, this storyline's gonna start cooking because I don't know, honestly. The only thing that can start cooking is if, like we said in the past, where we need Gunther to just absolutely manhandle and destroy. We used to say Jay, but now I think he should do that to Jimmy because they do have a match next week.
Yeah, they're getting Jimmy involved. I think they brought him in just to help Jay up a little
Well,
bit.
honestly,
Because when you get the Usos together,
I don't think Jimmy has any. I don't think they got anything planned for him for WrestleMania. So this is their way in involving him in a storyline. In the best case scenario, I feel like Gunther should just absolutely destroy Jimmy and take him out. Like
I don't think he should end him in like a quick match though.
I'm just saying though, he needs to like take him out, you know? Like I want him to do it in front of Jay where Jay is like, "No, no, stop." And like just take out Jimmy.
Like make it almost a guaranteed thing that he's not gonna be at WrestleMania at
Yeah,
all.
like just like storyline wise, just take him out and injure him, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. I see what you
Something
mean.
crazy. Because
You could do
after
that.
that bitch slap he gave Gunther, man, that slap was heard around the world. Yeah, we need to see some aggressiveness
Oh,
from Gunther. That shit was
and
real.
that grin Gunther gave, you know he's gonna bring it
Oh,
next
dude,
week.
that was actually like absolutely crazy. That slap is so hard. I
Hmm.
want to get one of those to you, honestly. Sometimes, mocos right there. That was
I'm
like
sure
some
we all
power
want to give
slap
one of those to our
competition.
best friends
You know, that was like
sometimes.
the power slap competition. That shit was.
Nah, dude, those guys go hard. Have you seen those videos? Have you seen the meme of the one lady? Her face completely changes
Yeah,
after
I've
she
seen
gets
those.
slapped.
Yeah, those are crazy. I don't know why
Yeah,
you would
that's
honestly
just
want to do
crazy, dude.
something like that. Because you're just letting them hit you. You're not like there's no
That's what you
protecting
do in
yourself.
boxing.
Yeah, but in
Oh well, I
boxing, you're
guess
defending yourself. You're there.
you're
You can move
defending.
around. You can counterattack stuff like that. No, in slapping, you're just literally just there. Just hit me. You know,
They must have been
give
giving
me
up
your
some
best
type of
shot.
good money to make it worth it.
And they don't even make
The
that
prize
much. The
pot
power
must be
slap
worth
people don't
it.
make that much.
Really?
They don't make
Well, I guess.
millions like these boxers do.
Oh no, they don't make millions, but it's got to be somewhat worth it apparently for them to keep doing it. That either
I don't
that or
know.
these people are just absolute crazy.
Crazy, crazy. It's funny you mentioned crazy because I know somebody else that is really crazy. And that's your
You mean
boy,
psychotic?
2009 Legend Killer Randy Orton.
Ooh, Randy RKO. Dude, I love it every time the Europe people are out there singing his song.
The
Brings a
Europe
tear to
people are the
my eye.
best. The Europe people are. They was Italy. The Italians. Benissimo.
Hmm.
They was amazing, dude. Cat Randy Orton out there. I would just wish the storyline hit harder because it's not hitting like I would like it to, but it's gonna be solid.
Why? What do you need?
I
What
just
do you
need
need
a.
for it to hit
We
harder?
got what 3 SmackDowns left, so I need a little bit more '09 Randy Orton. I need to see some crazy shit from him. I need him to do something to KO before this match. They haven't really even
So
got
you
their
don't want
hands on each other.
so you don't want baby face at all, Randy. You want absolute legend
No, I
killer,
want
Randy.
'09 Legend Killer Randy. I want him to punk KO at WrestleMania.
Oh well, that's gonna happen at WrestleMania, but you can't give us nothing big right now. I
Yes,
mean,
you can.
surely they
Some
need to
sort of
give us
attack.
something to get the storyline up there a little bit, but
Something, man. They gotta give me something here. They gotta give me. They gotta feed me more, man.
I'm down right
Feed
back.
me. Well, they gotta feed us more because this is not hitting yet. And like, we only got 3 weeks.
I feel like last year they just kept giving and giving and giving all the way to WrestleMania, and this week they don't give. They like hold back a lot.
What did I tell you before, man? The road to WrestleMania last year is not gonna. It's not gonna hit the same this year like it did last year. And you're like, you never know. Just you never know. Let him cook. I'm like, nah, it's not beating The Rock showing up every week and Cody
Well,
and
obviously not.
Roman. You see? Yeah, but it's not
That
even
was the
beating.
problem.
If I'm being honest, it's not even beating the lead up to WrestleMania 39 right now.
See, that's the problem. We know what WWE can reach at because of last year, and for some reason they brought themselves back down. They're not reaching anymore. The rest of the year, sure, they could come down, but I feel like Road to WrestleMania, they really need to reach and stretch themselves up high, and they're just not giving it to us. Which makes me think that these matches at WrestleMania may be absolutely crazy. I'm hoping. I'm hoping the only reason this year's Road to WrestleMania isn't hitting it is because the matches are going to be fire and crazy, and they're not going to be something we could imagine.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, buddy. I
You don't
don't
think
even
it's
know,
going to
man.
happen?
The only matches I could really hit, like, if we're being honest, any match with Logan Paul will hit wrestling wise
Probably going to be
because
AJ
he
and
do
Logan.
something crazy. Yeah, but the storyline's also not really there. Dude, I feel like this is
Hmm.
rushed. It's just kind of let's give Logan something. All right, let's give him AJ Styles. AJ Styles, they want to give him something as well. They want to put him on WrestleMania. We'll do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
see
the
what you mean. I see what you mean.
women's, like, you look, we got Charlotte and Tiffany. And like I said,
They're not really doing
it's
much
gonna get
either.
stale, man. Every week, every week. They're not doing
What do you
anything
think?
to really get me invested into it.
What do they need to do though to get you invested?
I don't know,
What needs to happen with these
something
storylines?
crazy, man. This wasn't crazy. All they did, dude. If anything, it kind of got me thinking, like, whoa, maybe Charlotte should win, dude. Charlotte absolutely cooked Tiffany.
She did cook Tiffany, but I don't want
You could see
Tiffany.
how you could see the experience from Charlotte, you know. And Tiffy was just like, oh,
Well,
she did. She was
obviously,
like, oh, I don't know what to do. How do I come back? How do I come back on her right now? She's still young. She still needs to
she still need to
improve.
work her promos,
But I still think Tiffany
her
should win.
works. Oh, obviously, let
Uh,
the Young Buck win.
but now
Charlotte,
you
take a step
see,
back a little bit.
you know, sometimes you need to be able to do it on the mic,
Oh yeah, obviously.
which is
Maybe that's what
so.
it is. Maybe I think Jay needs to do a little more on the bike. Maybe I feel like he's doing too much heating, too much of the this. He needs to become serious, like Jimmy
Jimmy said
said.
it,
The right
man.
hand man,
Yeah,
the right hand man, main event Jey Uso. That's what we need right
we
now.
need Uso Penitentiary, Jay Uso.
That's what's gonna make
We
the
need something
storyline
like
hit.
that. We kind of need to see him a little bit of his heel side come out for this match because he's the
Hmm.
underdog. He's 0-3 against Gunther. You know, he keeps slipping up. Like we need to see some heel tendencies from Jay.
But if we're gonna dog on, we need a dog on the John and Cody one because I have not seen any physicality between them yet.
No, this is sure John Cena turning heel is amazing, and every time John Cena gets on the mic, he makes some valid points.
Or
But the problem I'm having is I want to see Cody versus John in a promo battle, but no, they're protecting babyface Cody because obviously John Cena would absolutely cook Cody on the mic if they literally just gave John Cena the green light. But they're not gonna let us. They have one. John Cena has one more advertised Raw, and that's next week. And this is what you're giving us for this main event match.
But see, we're dogging on it because it's not hitting as well as it could be either. You know, like you
Yeah,
said, we
I
could
feel
use
like
that promo battle, or actually some physicality here. But we need something between the two
they're
before
they're
WrestleMania.
holding back
I don't know why either. Like Cody
unless
needs to let this be a learning process for Cody. Roman had to go through with it. He had to do it with John. Why can't Cody do it with John?
I don't know why they're protecting it so hard, dude.
I don't
But I
know
feel
why
like
either.
something big's happening next week at the O2 in London.
The O2 is a pretty famous arena, isn't it?
I think the final boss is coming.
Oh,
The
well, you know they
final
like to keep him
boss.
in. I think you said, didn't you say something like Travis Scott might be having a match or something like that too? Maybe,
No, he's
potentially.
training, but he's not gonna do it at WrestleMania.
Oh, you don't think he's gonna do it at
Nah, I don't think
WrestleMania?
so. That would be okay. That's the plot twist we would want to see. The final boss and Travis Scott show up, and then somehow they do. But they wouldn't do that again.
Cody
It
versus
would kind of be
Cody
like
versus Travis.
I don't want to be no. I don't want to see no tag team again
What
like
if the
last year.
final boss shows up and he gives Cody a second chance?
I think no, the final boss is going to show up, and this is where John Cena is finally going to get a little physical, and we're going to see kind of like a repeat of last year where Cody was down, you know, and the final boss had him like, you know, Mama Bros, and you know what it
Ble-
be,
Had him
bleeding and
bleeding.
outside, yeah, something like that.
But the problem is, I think they're trying not to rely on The Rock too much. Because if you start relying on The Rock too much, then what are you gonna do when
Oh
he's
no,
not
John
here? No.
Cena can do it by himself, but they just got to give the green light, you know.
But I'm talking about like WWE as a whole. We were so invested because The Rock was there, like you said, every week. But you can't rely on him all the time anymore.
Well, there's a lot of stars here, but they just don't give him the green light too.
Yeah, I know. I don't
There's a
understand
lot of
why.
storylines that could have happened that would have cooked.
Mm,
In my opinion. Like we could have seen heel Cody. I mean not heel Cody. Heel Randy versus Cody. That would have been good too because they have a
yeah, Randy versus Cody
huge
was it.
history. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and we didn't have to do the Netflix steel cage, not steel cage, but the Netflix CM Punk versus Seth. We could have saved
No.
this for WrestleMania, and that would have been huge.
But then how do you include Roman Reigns?
Roman, Roman could have
Yeah.
had something else, man. What we could have
Like what?
we could have had Roman versus Jacob Fatu.
Oh, we could.
You see, if they really wanted to push him to the moon, that could have
Yeah,
been
but
the
I
new
don't think
tribal
Jacob would
chief.
have won. I don't think Jacob would have won if they did Roman versus Jacob.
Well, that's good. He's still young. He still needs to learn. So that would have been his first bump on the road because he hasn't really had one of those.
I guess so.
We could have, if they really wanted to, since I'm not seeing these storylines hit, we could have saved Solo versus Roman for WrestleMania. Because my problem now is I don't even know if we're going to get Jacob versus Solo at WrestleMania.
what are the absolute guaranteed? Just the triple threat men's, the
The
Cody, John Cena, and Jay and Gunther. Those are the only three,
yeah,
right?
the men's,
So the men's what?
the men's guaranteed, or you mean every match?
No, just what's guaranteed so far for
Well,
WrestleMania.
guaranteed. Brandy KO, the
Right.
Roman, CM Punk, and
Or
uh, Seth, John Cena, Jay Gunther, Charlotte Tiffy, Bianca, going
no,
against.
Bianca's not guaranteed yet because they're having a rematch next
No,
week.
but Bianca's guaranteed the spot.
Oh well, Bianca's guaranteed,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
just
So
a
I guess we
matter if it's
need
gonna be a triple threat or if it's just gonna be one of the girls.
so we need 5 more matches, right, on the
I think
card
it's 5 each
for both
night.
nights. Yeah, so I think we need 5 more matches left to
Mm,
like
Yeah, but now you can start to see the seeds that are being planted for these other matches. Like obviously AJ Styles versus Logan.
maybe Braun, Finn, and
Braun, it's
Penta.
looking like I heard in the latest I saw now. It's a fatal four way: Finn, Dom, Penta, and
Oh,
Braun,
Dom. Getting
which
Dom included
actually
in there,
has me
huh?
mad, man. We never
Why?
capitalized on Sheamus, and now we're not even gonna get Sheamus at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we don't even have Sheamus on the road to WrestleMania at
I
all
think
right now.
they ultimately told him like, no, we're not gonna put you in the IC championship picture, and he's probably just like, I'm staying home. Like he's nothing really to look forward to. Then there's really
Yeah, that's
nothing else
true
for him
because
to do.
everyone and himself included wanted him to have that IC belt, wanted him to become Grand Slam champion, and they're just not handing it to him.
And if they're not gonna hand it to him, there's like no point of probably having him involved because then it just gets stale of him keep losing, losing, losing. Like we don't have no more Pete Dunne on TV. We don't have no more Sheamus. We don't have no more Ludwig Kaiser
No.
unless next week something big happens. Is this the last? Is next week the last Europe Raw, or we still got? I don't know. I know it's in London, but I don't know if we have Europe Raws after that.
I think it ends in London. I think London
It
is the
is,
last day. I think so.
and then they come back to the states
Yeah.
for a couple of Raws.
I don't remember where they said the Raw before WrestleMania would be.
Well, we're starting to take shape, but not like we wanted to, not like we hoped. And it's a
I
little
think it's just
upsetting, but
because
hopefully at the end of this 3 week span, we still have an amazing WrestleMania, and hopefully it still turned out to be a solid one.
it took too long for this Road to WrestleMania to be built up, for the cards to be uh what's the word I'm looking for? To be promoted, you know what I mean? I think they just took their time on this one and it took too long.
Yeah, we also still have LA Knight potentially getting on
Oh, no.
there.
Yeah.
But if it's because LA Knight and Strowman have a match next week, but like those type of matches, I don't think they're WrestleMania caliber.
It could be Jacob and LA Knight at WrestleMania.
But then you're gonna give nothing to Solo.
Nah, Solo don't need nothing. He had his moment at Netflix Raw.
I don't think I'd rather see him turn on each other and just give me Jacob versus Solo with Jacob winning.
Then what are you gonna give LA Knight?
But there's not really anything that could hit for LA Knight. Give me one amazing heel. The problem with like Jacob, he's not like a heel because people love him, man. People were literally chanting his name.
Andrade could go
Well,
heel.
no, unfortunately, Papa H don't give a damn about him lately. He's not even putting him on TV for nothing.
It's because they're focusing on WrestleMania, and if you don't already have like a seed planted for WrestleMania, you're probably not going to be shown on TV right now. It's not that they don't care about him. It's just
I don't
they
care
want to
about him.
focus in on WrestleMania right now, dude. They got it. They got to focus in, lock in on WrestleMania.
Is there a storyline for either Lyra or Chelsea Green to get on? The women's mid card champs.
Against who though?
No, I'm just asking. I don't know. That's why I don't see it. But why didn't we start building something that big for? You see, one of the problems is like, oh, we have a big buildup. Jade and Naomi.
Yeah, yeah. We need more. We need this to go
Why didn't
faster.
we should have had like Naomi be like the United States champ, and then we could have saw. I don't know. Or we should have had a belt, or Naomi should have been the women's champ, and then that would have been fun to see Jade versus Naomi for the championship. Well, I guess
So Naomi has a little more to lose,
without the storyline, they still have a
a
good.
little
I
more
mean,
on the
without a
table.
championship, they still have an amazing storyline. But it also needs to, we need a little bit more. We just see a little bit of
But like,
attack.
Is Bianca completely out of this? We never got like a final. She's out.
Yeah, I
She's not
feel
a
like
part of it no more.
she's just literally just focusing on Raw, like on the women's championship. Like they didn't even say anything really with Bianca anymore, and she didn't even show up or anything like that.
Which is kind of dumb. I feel like we needed like her telling Jade like, no, I'm not gonna get involved. Like I'm out of this, and this could have led to a future Bianca versus Jade because
Oh
Jade
yeah,
get mad she didn't help
they
her.
really should have had Bianca involved. We needed some sort of closure to the storyline involving Bianca, but we still don't have the closure we want.
No, they're bad
So
at
that
closure.
leaves the door open, honestly.
We didn't even get the. We keep bringing this up, but we didn't even get the closure with Chad and fucking Otis.
But
They're bad at closing
it
stuff
leaves the
off.
door open if Bianca becomes champ. Maybe Naomi or Jade going after Bianca.
I guess so, but still, I feel like they could have had her come on and be like, "No, I'm not getting involved. This is between you two. I'm out."
I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I feel like Triple H, you're slacking a little bit.
It's not just him; it's also the writers. It's Triple H
No,
and the
it's
writing
TKO,
team. I
man. They're
feel like
holding
they're
him
not
back.
giving us.
No, they're holding him back. I
Honestly, you
feel
might be right.
TKO's down his ear. Like, no, no, no. I want you to do this. Maybe they're not giving Triple H the green light. Maybe they're looking
Maybe
like, nah, I kind of want to see this. You know, can you like do something like this? And now we want to see this. You know, maybe Triple H ain't getting the green light like we think.
maybe going under a corporation like this wasn't like the best idea possible.
You know, and we don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
We really don't.
We can
Triple
just
H could be trying to
assume.
do everything he can, but then they're yeah, like you said, they're holding him back for some reason. They're
But
like, no, no, you're not going all out.
there's one thing he's getting right though
What's
on
that?
SmackDown. This is the best
What's
tag team division we've seen in a while from WWE.
that she probably could have had a better promo though
You
coming out
know,
there.
yeah, I'm not talking about the promos and stuff. I'm just saying that we are actually getting all these tag teams involved, and you
I
have all
know.
these different little storylines in between the division. You know, you have DIY with Pretty Deadly have something going on, but then you also got Motor City Machine Gun. DIY got unfinished business, and then you have Los Garza's actually getting TV time every week, and every time they get in the ring, you see how good they are in the ring.
Well, they're very good in the ring, but I'm just saying, after winning the belt after so many years, you figured there'd be a little better of a celebration.
Sometimes it's just how it be, man.
But it is cooking. I'm glad they're getting like all of the men, including Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly keep the comedy rolling.
Well, I also think Motor City Machine Guns have a lot to do with it. Ever since they arrived, they've always been like a tag team, so they probably got like
Oh yeah.
really good creative ideas and like they just know how to have a good tag team division. Because on Raw,
Hmm.
you don't see that. You don't
No,
see a
dude,
good
our
tag
tag
team.
team division on Raw is shit right now. We don't even
We didn't even see them fight the War
we haven't
Raiders.
seen them in like a month almost now, have we?
The
The
War
War Raiders?
Raiders, honestly, they only have American Made to go against and the New Day and LWO, but like LWO is not even doing like. I don't understand why we have all these tag teams, but they're not like, oh, we want to go get the tag team gold. Like they don't even try to go for the tag team championships.
Because Raw has too much single star power, too much singles
Mm.
on there,
And when
and they're focused too much on the
you know,
singles.
they should have
guys.
put it on American Made when they got the chance because maybe we could at least done something with that. Could
Speaking
have.
of American Made, so is Chad gonna like slowly go off on his own, or is he staying with American Made, or is the mystery behind El Grande Americano gonna stay a secret forever? Like, is he actually gonna
No,
get?
that's definitely not going to stay secret for a long time.
Because
We're
isn't there like a
definitely going to see
rule when you're?
somebody unmasking Chad Gable.
Isn't there like in a rule once your mask comes off, you can never put it back on, or something like that?
That's just some people have respect like that for the mask, but you know,
It's not like a
obviously they
actual
don't wear
rule.
them. Rey Mysterio doesn't wear it all the time.
Well, no, obviously, but I mean
Penta
like
got
when
caught
you're
not wearing
hiding.
it. You know, I'm sure Dragon Lee doesn't wear it.
Penta Dragon Lee got his mask pulled off by
Yeah, which I think is, I mean, it is disrespectful for them to do that on TV.
dude. What'd you think of that like promo video they had for him? I thought it was actually pretty sick.
It was funny.
Why
I thought it was funny.
was it AI? It looked like
Yeah, so I
AI.
kind of felt like they were kind of making fun of AI in a way. Or
making fun of AI.
and like I feel like they were using a lot of today's topics into that, like the
Oh,
AI
like they put
stuff,
Gulf
and
of
then the Gulf
America
of
in
America and like stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
there. Yeah.
But I
I
don't
like
just
that
don't
promo
see where it's
though.
gonna lead into, honestly.
Well, it could lead into a nah. This isn't WrestleMania worthy. I don't think.
Unless you do a mask versus mask with Rey
Ooh.
Mysterio,
Well,
and
but then
then
Ray's definitely. But
yeah,
Ray's definitely winning.
that's when we find out, this time we were right. It was Chad Gable. You gotta unmask.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That's
yeah.
the only thing I could see happening. Maybe Ray next week is like, no, I don't. Since well, maybe that's where it's leading. Since Dragon Lee got unmasked, he lost. Maybe Ray's
Oh,
gonna
dude,
be
I'm
like, no,
so
I
mad.
want to go against Algrande Americano, and I want it to be mask versus mask or something like that.
This would have made a perfect like storyline leading into Backlash at Mexico. It would have been so perfect.
Well, yeah, I don't know what happened. Why they didn't end up doing it? Because a lot of this stuff, I was like, oh, they're just saving it for Backlash in Mexico. Like Los Garzas, they were getting a lot
Exactly.
of. They're still getting like a lot of TV time and stuff. I thought they were gonna have a championship match at least
Uh
in
huh.
Backlash Mexico, and then we had the Rey Mysterio stuff, and then we had Dominic's stuff, and like Penta, and now officially Ray Phoenix has signed, and as you can see in the teaser, it's obviously Ray Phoenix.
I
So,
saw that
so
promo
I'm like,
video. I'm excited, dude.
this is like the most Latinos we've had in a while, and I thought we were finally gonna do Backlash Mexico. And no, we're going to St. Louis. Yeah,
And
St. Louis.
I honestly want to know what changed their minds. Like,
What a
what stopped
safe
them from going to
city.
Mexico?
But yeah, no, that's kind of see where they're going with El Grande Americano. Now I really think we're gonna get that mask versus mask at WrestleMania. You see, that would get
Maybe.
me involved. That would get me like into it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's better than what we used to say: Max versus Hair against Dom.
Dom. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like so. Yeah, so if we can respect the legend Rey Mysterio, get him a match against Chad. It's also Chad didn't get a match last year, so that's good for Chad. Gets his WrestleMania match. We're
It
also
doesn't
gonna,
have to be Rey Mysterio. It could be Dragon Lee. Get the young guy in there.
but he was already unmasked. I feel like Ray's gonna be like, I want some retribution. And Dragon Lee's
Mm.
young. He's got plenty of opportunities later on. Rey Mysterio doesn't have very many WrestleManias in him anymore. And
Don't say
also,
that, dude.
Rey
He should have
Mysterio's from
retired probably
Vegas.
by now,
Rey
but
Mysterio's from Vegas, dude. Like
that's
he
well,
lives
he
in
lives in
Vegas,
Vegas, but
and that's
he's not
why
from.
that's good. We're also gonna get Dominic Mysterio on the card. Did we have Dominic last year? I don't think we did.
Yeah.
No, it was damn. Dominic was not in the card last year. He didn't fight. It was Damian Priest and Finn Balor for the tag team, and then Damian Priest had a cash in, and we didn't see Dominic do anything. Like no match.
Didn't he have another match against his dad? No, that was
That
somewhere
was
else.
WrestleMania 39, bruv.
Yeah, but he had another match against his dad, but it wasn't
Nah,
WrestleMania. I'm
not
thinking of. I
WrestleMania.
can't remember where it was.
You see, so now we're gonna start getting to see that. So I feel like Dom should be IC champ. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like Dom should get a champion. He's been working quite a bit, if you really think about it.
Honestly,
He's
he's
put in
like
the
the
work.
workhorse.
The only reason, like, you could say his promos were shit is just because we didn't let him get a word in. We just kept booing him the whole time.
Honestly, he doesn't
But
even
he's
get booed like that anymore. So I feel like it's time for to put the belt on him. Maybe he could be like an in between heel and babyface type of role.
we could wear that with Dom. But he's definitely the type of character where he needs people to back him. Otherwise, he's gonna
Well,
lose the
I need
belt
him to
fast.
lean into the Eddie Guerrero stuff. I want him to lie, cheat, and steal. I want him to Latino heat. I want him to lean into that because that's what fits him the best right now. So maybe that's some heel tendencies, but people are gonna love it. It's time for history to repeat itself.
But maybe it's one of those things where he doesn't want to like go full Eddie Guerrero because he'll feel like he's stealing his stuff. Like maybe just doing the three amigos is enough. You know what I mean? Or the like little shoulder wiggle thing, whatever you call it. Maybe he doesn't want to go full as like steal his stuff from him.
Depends how you look at it. It's also a way to keep his name alive.
It is. I think that's why he does the three
The
amigos.
legacy.
But I think he also wants to be his own guy too.
It's not just the three amigos. The Frog Splash comes from Eddie Guerrero too.
Frog Splash. He does his dad 619, I guess. But I don't know. If he leans into it the right way, it could work.
We'll see. I feel like it's gonna
Mhm.
work.
That's gonna work.
Yeah.
How would you feel? How would you feel about Penta becoming the IC champ though?
That would be sick too. I feel like that would be really cool, but I feel
So
like
do you think, however it goes, do you think Braun Breaker's gonna leave
I think
WrestleMania
Braun
still
Breaker's
champ?
losing.
Think Braun Breaker's losing?
Yeah, I think
And
it's
then
time to
you
put him into the main event scene. Honestly,
going for the WWE or the World Heavyweight? Because if he goes for the
he's a
World Heavyweight,
stud,
it's
dude.
gonna be
Either
him
way,
versus Jay again.
either one, man. That's a good storyline right there. He'd be like, you know, I beat you already. Let me beat you again.
But Jay's also already beat him.
They're 1-1. They gotta settle the tiebreaker.
No, isn't it 2-1 right now? Or is it only 1-1?
I think it's 1-1. No,
1-1 even?
I don't know. I don't.
No, it is 1-1. You're right. It is
I can't
1-1.
keep
Yeah, yeah.
stats like that in my head.
It's hard to remember without looking, but it is 1-1. I'm pretty sure. What else we got here?
I mean, Penta did. They did offer Penta to become part of the Judgment Day. See, he said, "Hell no."
I think he said hell no. I think he was actually considering it there for a second, but then he was like, nah, you
Not
guys
like
ruined
this
this match
way.
for me.
He
Now
was
I'm
never
definitely not joining
considering
you.
it.
I don't know, dude. Having people in your corner kind of sounds nice.
Dude, the
Having
Judgment
friends
Day never
kind of
win
sounds.
anything. Why would you want them in your corner?
Yeah, that's true.
The Judgment Day, ever since Damian Rhea like left, it's just been a laughing stock, man.
What if Finn wins, though? What if he gets the IC belt?
I'm done with Finn. Honestly, I don't really want to see him win with this character. Like, giving me the old friend back, and then yeah, we can talk about him winning again. But this Finn character, nah, I don't want to see him win. Honestly,
What's your deal with this Finn character? Just too
it
much of a
sucks. They
laughing.
never did anything good with him. They didn't capitalize on the
The
opportunities.
best thing, honestly, they did with him was give
They
him
sh-
the tag belt with
they should have
Damien.
let
But even
him
that wasn't that
win at
good.
SummerSlam. That one year he went against Seth Rollins, that World Heavyweight Championship match where we thought maybe he could have won.
But weren't they in talks with CM Punk to come back during that time? I admit, do you think maybe they were planning ahead? Like maybe we could get the
No,
Punk versus. Oh wait, no. That's way back. That's
way back.
that is way back. Yeah, you right. You right.
CM Punk didn't happen till the day of Survivor Series. And then when that happened, they were like, okay, we're gonna try to do Seth versus CM Punk at WrestleMania, but then CM Punk went and got injured, so they did Seth versus Drew McIntyre.
I just don't know. Maybe they just didn't see it in Finn at that time anymore. I don't know why they wouldn't give him the belt.
What
What are
about
you eating?
Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre? Are you into that? Oh, there's another match that we didn't even talk about that was going to be on the card, and it will be on the card.
Oh yeah, we'll be on the. Alright. In theory, it could make a good match, but I'm not really that excited for it.
Yeah, that's why we're saying it's not feeling like WrestleMania. I feel like a lot of these guys are just getting put into these matches just because they want them on the WrestleMania card, not
Really, the
because it's
only
related to
reason
storyline.
I would say it's not like a bathroom break match is because of Drew McIntyre. But if it was Damien versus someone else, I feel like it'd be a bathroom break match.
So you off the
I know
Damian
it
train?
sounds. I'm kind of off the Damien train right now. He was good for a while, but I fell off. I feel like his character doesn't change. He's played the same character too long now. It kind of needs a revamp, no? Needs something different to it.
King of the Streets? You don't like that anymore?
Well, the King of the Streets thing is fine. I think it's the whole look. Like his whole gimmick kind of needs a new change. Does that make sense?
So, so you're telling me you want him to lose, take a break, come back as a new?
Yes. I think we need like a short, not a long one, but a
Short break.
short little break from DP.
So that way, when he comes back, you're actually happy to see him. You know, oh yeah, he's back,
Yeah.
baby.
Like when Rhea came back, we got a short little break with her and we were happy to see her
Yeah,
back. Now
forget.
she's been involved in one storyline too long
Mm.
and we're kind of tired of her again.
What if
Not tired
so
of her,
not
but
talking about Rhea and spitting back into the women's stuff. What about Liv Morgan, dude? I feel like she deserves to be on the WrestleMania card because she wasn't on it last year. She's literally been like the women's MVP this year. But
oh dude, she
who?
definitely deserves to be on there.
Who though? Like against who? Because you can't. I don't feel like you should do singles. Because
Oh, like her and
I feel like
Raquel
you
versus
need to, yeah,
someone?
respect that they're the champs and have them tag team against someone.
I, d-
But they're not
Dude, I
having any
can't think of a
rivalries right now.
single women's tag team right now. Like who? What women's tag team does WWE have right now except those two? Bianca and Naomi aren't together anymore. Jade and Bianca aren't together anymore. Ivy Nile doesn't have one. Dakota Kai and Io Sky are they're together, but they're both kind of doing their own separate thing still. Kairi Sane and Oscar aren't here. They've been gone
Yeah,
for a
until
while.
Oscar comes back, and I feel like they will have a storyline. But I guess the only women's that's not even officially like a tag team, but they're gonna be is Alba Fire and Piper Nevin.
That don't excite me at all, dude.
No,
That's not.
honestly, not.
I mean,
But
I guess it could just be like I don't even want to say a throwaway match, but like it kind of be just a throwaway match if it
it
was
could
against them.
be Liv and Raquel
Just to put them
versus
over.
Lyra and Bailey.
Okay, okay, I could take
Even though
that.
like
I could
Lyra's
see
the
that.
champ, so like kind of defeats the purpose. But I mean, they could have that because they also don't have nothing for Bailey.
I for the women's US title and the women's IC belt, I don't think they have anything singles wise for them to at WrestleMania. So I think Bailey and Lyra could do pretty good.
Because Lyra and Bailey, Bailey came to her aid last Monday. So
You know what Raw needs?
what?
It needs a little more women's star power. We need Bianca. We need Becky Lynch back. We need Becky Lynch back on there. She could add a lot more to any storyline.
You want Rebecca to come back?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I thought she was gonna be back at this point because it's WrestleMania season. Who doesn't want to perform at WrestleMania? And after obviously we went to Netflix on Raw and like you saw her in the trailer video, so it was practically confirmed that she had signed again.
Yeah, obviously.
But like Royal Rumble rolled around, I thought we were gonna get her there, nothing. And now it's obviously we're not gonna get her for WrestleMania. So yeah, I don't know when she's coming back,
Or like
but she's enjoying being a mom. So I mean, what can you do?
maybe Nikki Bella could have added something this
Nikki
WrestleMania
Bella
season.
definitely could have added something.
Like
You
I
could have.
don't
She could have feuded with someone.
I feel like we need more veteran
The
star power on Raw.
the Wyatt Six, man.
The
Bliss and
Wyatt Six,
Alexa
yes.
Bliss and Nikki Cross could have been the ones going after Liv and Raquel. The tag team right there. There's a lot of stuff that could be getting used that's not getting used. How do
Are
you
the
like
Wyatt Six
not use
even
Alexa Bliss after she just had the biggest pop at the Royal Rumble?
are the Wyatt Six even gonna are they even here still? Like, is Bo Dallas really that injured, or like are they just done with him?
Almost one whole year. Like we're closing in on a year of the Wyatt Six, and what have they done? If anything,
They
they
beat
buried Chad Gable.
him. He's kind of coming back up though.
Yeah, but
He's
look
doing a
how
little.
long it's taking. Like, if it's supposed to benefit him, and if anything, they buried him, dude.
They
Chad was
buried
actually
him.
on a better run. Like, he almost won the IC champ. He was starting to do good, and like going against the Wyatt Six kind of hurt American Made.
That thing with Miz led nowhere and Karrion
The
Cross.
whole Aaron Cross stuff, yeah, that didn't work out either.
Karrion Cross, he's just a mouth at this point.
I don't know
He's
how.
just a backstage guy.
I don't know how Karrion Cross is still employed because the AOP released, the old guy released, so now they
Maybe.
just really got Scarlett and Karrion Cross.
Well, you said he used to be a Triple H guy, right?
Yeah, so but why
Maybe
are we
Triple H
not?
just Trip doesn't want to release him. Maybe Triple H still got that heart for him. You know what I
Triple
mean?
H just can't find a way for him to get over in the main roster.
No.
Send him back to NXT. NXT is getting big. It's not a downgrade, honestly. I feel like because NXT it's got some viewers. It's good.
And yet, I feel like
And we need some.
Ray Phoenix is going to be awesome. Aleister Black is going to be awesome. But I feel like bringing in all these people is kind of screwing a lot of stuff up.
It's gonna. Yeah, they push the newer people, so it kind of hurts the people that have been there already.
Exactly.
Like
They
Penta is getting pushed, and it's kind of hurting all these other mid card guys because Penta is like the star right now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you also got to realize we got some NXT talent that also needs to be moved up to the main roster, and when they do,
Roxanne
it's
Perez,
gonna hurt these. Oh, that's what you know. That's what we need on Raw. Some more star power. Fully move up Roxanne Perez.
Trick
She was doing
Williams,
so good.
he could probably do pretty
Trick.
good.
Any day now, Trick will get moved up. Obafemi could be a monster in the main roster, but
He would do good,
you
but
know.
he's NXT champ right now, so probably not.
But I'm just
Stephanie
saying.
Vaquer is double champ right
Well,
now, so it'll
Stephanie
probably be a
Vaquer is
while before she gets
definitely
moved up.
gonna be in the main roster between now and next WrestleMania, like a
But you
year.
also can't take all these
Jordan
guys away
Grace.
from Michaels. You
Yeah,
can't
but
just like leave them
that's
with
why
nothing.
you. That's what I'm saying. Move up some of those NXT people, but move down some of these people that aren't getting used right in the main roster, so they can become stars down there in NXT.
That's true.
We saw
But
Baron Corbin do it.
it's kind of a slap, but not everyone's willing to do that because it's kind of a slap in the face, no? Like
But
these
look,
people who haven't been here as
personally,
long as me. Like like if you're looking at it from a veteran standpoint, and then you get moved down to NXT, which is obviously big right now, but it's still a lower level than the main roster. And then these
yeah,
lower level guys get moved up. It's a big slap in the
yeah.
face.
But
Not
honestly, like
everyone's
when you put
willing to
it
take that
into
step
perspective,
down.
like if it's you, you know, what if it's you? You're just showing up to every week. You're on the SmackDown roster. You're showing up every week. All you're doing is hanging out and catering, and you expect them to have something for you, and they have nothing for you any week. You're just there and catering, just hanging out backstage. Wouldn't you rather go to NXT where you can be on NXT every week? On TV, getting TV time, matches, maybe potentially going for a championship. Wouldn't you rather do that than just being catering every week on the main roster?
But not it. Yeah, like me, if I was actually
Yeah,
a
yeah,
wrestler and I
you.
loved being in the ring, I would do it. Yes, because I want to be out there wrestling, money aside. But some of those people have an ego and they're not willing to do that.
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
some of these
no,
people got to
I'm
put that
bigger than
ego
that. I don't want
away.
to be a part of
These
that.
jabronis got to get it together because
They're
some
not
of these
team
people
players,
don't
bro.
like
They're in it for themselves.
who like this who could it be? Who could it be? Who can be an example and be like, yeah, this guy needs to go down there or this woman needs to go down there?
Aaron Cross needs to go down
Karrion
there.
Cross.
Um,
Uh,
why am I just blanking? B-Fab could probably go back down to NXT for a little while.
BFAB could benefit from going. She could. Zelina Vega honestly could benefit because there seems like they
Selena
can't
Vega
do
could
nothing with her
benefit.
either. Andrade,
Um,
unfortunately, I don't know if they got anything planned or not, but he could benefit from being a NXT
Andrade,
champ.
I'm holding on to the hope that right now he's not getting used simply because they're honed in on WrestleMania and they're waiting till
Well,
after.
hopefully they pick up back on whenever Andrade had the little conversation with Los Garzas, because I feel like that would be nice. Because
Carmelo Hayes, he did a lot better on NXT than
yeah,
he has in the main
unfortunately,
roster.
yeah, 'cause they did have it. It's because they also do so much long term champions. Like it's so hard to get these guys into the championship scene.
It is. And then, like we said, when you keep bringing in these news guys, all the people that's
Carmelo
been there that's on the
Hayes
lower
versus
level,
LA Knight. There we go. Why didn't Carmelo be the one to dethrone LA Knight?
are they going to do this Mellow Don't Miz thing? Are they going to do that or not?
There's
What's up?
another good. That would be good for them too. Because
It
that's
would.
the
They did
tag
pretty
team
good.
division in SmackDown is good, so they'd actually probably get used pretty good.
Well, actually, they should probably move Miz and Carmelo to Raw to help that tag team a little bit.
Well, you know that's also going to be one thing that happens shortly after WrestleMania. That's going to shape up and shake everything around is the WWE draft. That's when we'll really see like, okay, this is where we're going to be heading. You know?
Yeah, I also think it really matters who you put face to face. And I feel like right now, they don't, either roster doesn't really have a good amount of mixtures. You know what I mean? They don't have people that could make good storylines.
I don't know, but the brand split kind of sometimes it hurts. Because
It does.
sometimes you're like, oh, I kind of want to see this guy over here, and like, oh yeah, we need to do this. And then sometimes they still do it, and then that makes us be like, yo, well, I thought we had brand split. Why you having this guy show up on both shows? And like, you know,
The brand splits it limits them too. It limits them to only a certain number of wrestlers, and then you get tired of it. I feel like they need to quit with the whole brand splitting thing.
it was kind of disrespectful to not have Drew McIntyre in Glasgow, Scotland.
That was
You know,
disrespectful.
I'm sure he wanted to perform in front of his hometown crowd.
It's kind of disrespectful that I hate to say it, but Cody's becoming more of a Raw champion than he is a SmackDown champion at this point.
Well, he's showing up on both. Wait,
I
did he show up on SmackDown?
No, he didn't.
I think he did, but he didn't do Shiza or no.
No, he didn't. He didn't
He
show
didn't.
up.
You see, that's the problem because they want John Cena on Netflix, so now Cody's gonna be on Netflix. But if they were gonna do that, then they should have had Jay and Gunther show up on SmackDown or something. Now we have both champs on Raw, so that's why Raw is better.
But I feel like
And they're trying to make
Jay
up
on.
for it by giving us Roman, CM Punk, and Seth on SmackDown. But there's only so much that can do.
But I feel like that's disrespectful to the USA Network. No, like come
It
on,
is.
we're here to make money too. We need a champion.
It
Where's
is
our champion?
disrespectful. You're right.
There's a lot of things
But
WWE is doing
I
wrong
don't
that
even
could
think
be.
the
I don't
Roman
even think
CM
it's
Punk.
WWE. I think it's TKO. There's a lot of things TKO are doing wrong that they could be doing better.
I don't even think the Roman CM Punk Seth honestly really. It's not really cooking that hard. I feel like there's a big plot twist coming though. There's got to be something involved with the Favor and Paul Heyman.
CM Punk did say on Monday that he's still got his eyes set on what he wants.
I feel
So
like
what
we
is
should
that
get
thing
the
he
plot
wants?
twist, and we should have Paul Heyman team up with Seth Rollins.
Oh, everyone expects him to go back to CM Punk,
Everybody
but he
expects
teamed up with
something,
Seth.
yeah, to happen. And what if he turns on both of them and he chooses Seth Rollins?
I would have.
That would
I
be.
don't know if a Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman team up would hit though.
Why not heel Seth again? You know, heel Seth does so much better than babyface Seth.
Does it? I kind of like heel or babyface Seth
No,
more.
heel Seth is the way to
Low
go.
key. I don't
Heel
know.
Seth could absolutely murder a lot of these guys. Seth is good on the mic too.
He's got on the mic, and he does kind of have that like hot
Mm-mm-mm.
temper
Or maybe
sometimes.
Paul should just leave them all. Time for him to go choose the young stud Braun Breaker. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, there we go. I like that
Because
better.
Braun's gonna be
Braun's
no more
definitely a Paul
IC
Heyman
champ.
guy. Braun is definitely he's definitely got the characteristics of a
And if you want
Paul Heyman guy.
Braun in the main event scene, what a better way to do it than pairing him up with the GOAT manager, Paul Heyman.
The greatest of
A
all
Heyman
time.
guy.
A
The
manager of
wise
managers.
man.
Paul Heyman.
Honestly, I just want to hear the fucking what is it called? The guitar riff or whatever. Just hit at WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar. That
Oh,
would be legendary.
yeah, bro. Brock Lesnar's
Or
out.
just give me glass shattering. I'd probably just pass
Glass
out.
shattering
No big deal.
would make my bones shatter, bro.
Yeah, I'd probably
I'd,
honestly pass out if I hear that.
I'd lose my breath, dude. I'd scream so hard.
I'd probably have a heart attack mid WrestleMania if I hear glass break.
If girls ever want to know what's going to make a guy a fangirl, it's glass shattering at WrestleMania.
But yeah, I don't know, man. What else do we got going on here?
I think we covered everything for this week. Unless you got something up your sleeve you're going to pull out.
Yeah, so I want you guys to give us a like, comment, follow. You want to? I think we're gonna have to start a GoFundMe, so you guys can donate, so we can go to a Clash at Paris, because I really want to go experience these Europe crowds. And
Ah, dude. They're so much fun. We could actually chant over there, too. I wouldn't know what the fuck I'm saying, but we could
like
chant.
after going to all these United States PLEs, and we're going to go to WrestleMania in Vegas. I'm kind of need
Miedo,
something fresh, something
miedo.
new. So I was like, man, we should really go to Clash of Paris. But if you guys want to donate to us, you know what I'm saying?
Where can they see this GoFundMe?
Yeah,
First of
you're
all.
right. Well, as long as you honestly just subscribe and watch, that's all we need.
Subscribe and
Get the
watch. Help us get our watch times
that
up.
uptime, that watch time, and get it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. You know what I do?
Idiot DX, calm down.
Diddy DX, Filipito in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Lupito. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Shout out to Cheetos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it, other than one last segment called the must-see attractions for next week. To recap last week's at the number 10, Drew and Damian, 9, IC Belt, 8, Jay Gunther, 7, Street Profits, 6, Who's the Mysterious Luchador, 5, Jade Naomi, 4, RKO and KO, 3, Rhea Io Bianca, 2, OTC Punk, Seth Rollins, and 1, John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I think 1, 2, and 3 stay the same.
Man, damn. Nah, I think Rhea Io Bianca go to number 2 because of the match. You have the match, the championship match, with Bianca being the special guest referee. Which
Right, you
honestly, I
right.
still think it's gonna lead to the triple threat match we all
Mhm.
expect at WrestleMania. It's probably gonna end
Huh.
like in a no DQ or no contest or whatever. Don't you think?
What, the match next week?
Yeah, I feel like since Bianca got special guest referee, somehow we're still gonna get the triple threat at WrestleMania.
I honestly thought Rhea was gonna come out with some sort of lore being like, no, 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 I read the contract.
No,
It's
I'm honestly
legal. Yes,
tired of Rhea,
yep.
so I just hope Bianca wins
You're
at
tired of
WrestleMania.
Rhea? See, I think Rhea needs a revamp too with her gimmick.
We need a break.
Need a break.
I said it last week, and you said no. I said we need to get a step away from the mommy, and then you said no, no, mommy can always be mommy.
Well,
I
mommy
think you
will
were
always
just
be mom.
praising her because you just like how she looks.
Do you not?
I mean, yeah, jiggles. Yeah. Also, number 3, we got OTC Punk and Rollins. All right. Number 4, RKO. So
They
Randy
didn't
and
really do
KO.
much.
I feel like we should. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling
I'm kind of feeling more Penta,
No way. Not number
Braun,
4.
and
That's too high.
that's too high,
Yeah, you're high, my brother. So
bro.
I
Bro,
I was feeling Solo and Jacob. You're not feeling Solo and Jacob? Or that's too high. What
I
about Jade
think
and Naomi? Or not you didn't see enough.
I ain't seen that.
What about Jay and Gunther? Now, mames, you
No, no,
Glazer,
no,
El Grande
no,
Americano. You're really gonna
no,
put El Grande
no,
Americano?
no, no,
The guy from
dude.
Gulf of America,
I'm
the
just
famous
saying
luchador.
it was very interesting out of most of what I saw on Raw. It had me hooked.
You like the storyline?
I liked it.
All right,
I
we'll
liked
keep it.
I liked his new music debut too. I'm
All
just
right,
saying.
so then at number 5, give me Solo and Jacob.
Okay. Hmm.
It's Solo and Jacob. You saw
That's too high.
You saw Jacob go at Solo. He's like,
I
get out
don't
of
know.
my business. Stay out of
Okay.
my way.
Okay, I guess so, but
I think next week's when it happens. I think we're gonna get it at WrestleMania. Solo and Jacob.
next week's we're gonna happen only because you say next
I think
that.
Jacob's gonna turn next week. I'm not gonna lie. Number 6, we probably should get. Let me get. What are we feeling? Jay and Gunther, or Jimmy and Gunther, or Jay and Naomi, or the tag team division at SmackDown, which is still going strong.
SD tag division. And then we'll put we'll put Jan Gunther. No, you know what? You know what? Jan Gunther can stay at the 8.
Jay and Naomi.
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave the Penta and Braun Breaker and Dom and Finn.
Penta, Braun, Finn, Dom.
And at the number 10, I feel like, fortunately, we got to take off Drew and Damien.
Yeah. I think we need to
And
put
probably put Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, buddy.
Drew and Damien's not hitting. And the only way it's going to hit at WrestleMania is you're going to have to do some sort of crazy stipulation, honestly. I don't want no regular match for it to hit.
RKO and KO.
Probably a street fight, honestly, for Drew and Damien.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit it off. At the number 10, we have RKO waiting to punt KO.
And then
So far into next week.
At the number 9, we got the El Cero Miedo Pensa, the Dog Braun Breaker, the Prince Finn Balor, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
At the number 8, we have main event Jey Uso, who has a lot to prove, and the ring general Gunther.
And at the number 7, we have the heel Naomi versus the superstar Jade Cargill.
Number 6, that SmackDown Tag Team Division. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep the heat going.
The number 5, we got the Simone Werewolf, Jacob 42, and your boy Solo Sikoa.
At the number 4, we have the debut of El Grande Americano. Let's see where this guy goes. I like him. I like him so far. He's pretty interesting.
And at the number 3, we got the one and only, the Tribal Chief, and Seth freaking Rollins, and the best in the world, CM Punk, baby.
Number 2, Rhea, Io, and Bianca. This storyline stays chaotic.
At the number 1, the coveted number 1 spot, the main event, the attraction for next week, what we all want to see. We got the future 17-time WWE champ and the best in the world and the best at what he does, and the main man, John fucking Cena.
He ain't 17-time champ yet, my guy.
Rhodes. Future 17-time champ. He's gonna. You know what? We're gonna get a new spinner belt.
No, bro, we ain't getting no belt. He's taking that belt away from us. No, he's taking that belt away from us.
Bringing it back.
Said clearly he was taking that belt away from us.
Good. We don't deserve it. If it's his 17-time championship, we don't deserve it. Take it home, John Cena. Keep it away from everyone. You know what? I want you to win the 17-time champion and don't even show up anymore. Just stay home. Chill. You're the 17-time champ. You're the GOAT. You don't need to come in. We don't need to see you on TV because they're just going to hate on you anyways, so.
Bro, you'd be sad if you never saw John Cena on TV no more.
I can't see him anyways, so what am I going to be sad
cry
about?
like a bee.
Yeah, I can't see him anyways.
Anyway, end this episode off.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the episode 42 of the Forever Wrestling Podcast. We appreciate it so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you could leave a like, comment down below, follow, subscribe, whatever you need to do, that would be greatly appreciated. But if not, it's all right. I understand. Show some love, show some hate, whatever you want to do. Just show me something, some sort of life.
Give us attention. That's all we want. Just give us attention.
Just love me. Anyways, that's it from me. That's all I got to say. I love you guys. I hate you guys, and peace out.
God bless.
So, you think you're on top?